So just a little bit ago, I went and sat in front of my window in the kitchen because the sun was just beaming through the window. And listen, I haven't seen the sun in a while. I live here in Ohio and there's nothing but snow and cold. And I wanted to get my light codes, so I sat in front of the window for a good 45 minutes and meditated. It was really powerful meditation. I could feel the light codes coming in. I could feel the energy coming from the sun. Very beautiful. And in my meditation, I went to my younger self. My younger self appeared, which hasn't happened in a really long time. And I went to my younger self back probably when I was 11 years old. And I just said, man, if you could see yourself now, you'd be so proud of you. You'd be so proud of everything that you've done, and you would understand why you had to walk the path and road that you did. And, I thought back to my younger years when I used to love to sing, and I was in choirs and talent shows, and I used to love to play and do drama and dance and all these things. And it was something that, I ended up putting down around when I turned 11. And, we all lost that inner child, right? We were told to grow up. We were told to pay attention. We were told to take things seriously. We were told that, fantasy is fantasy and imagination is imagination, right? When we get to a certain age. And so we were programmed to put away our imagination, and we were programmed to put away our childlike mentality, right? Which is where we create. We're co-creators, right? I did a whole video on Harold and the Purple Crown, right? A character from a book that somebody created. And in that book, that character came alive and he had a purple crown, and that purple crown drew everything he wanted, right? And he was a childlike mentality, and he could draw everything he wanted and make it come to life. And then he went to the real world. And in the real world, slowly started diminishing his imagination because he started to see the real things that happen. He started to see the truth about tons of things. And he lost his childlike mentality. He lost his imagination, his inner creativity. And at the very end of the movie, he ended up getting it back, right? And realizing and believing in himself and seeing that, I can still live in this world and I can still have my childlike mentality and my imagination, that I'm a co-creator, right? Because we're all co-creators of this reality when we realize who we are within. And so as I was talking to my younger self, I was like, if you had any idea that you literally had to go through everything you went through and struggle and go through the hard times, go through the rejection, go through the abandonment, go through the crappy relationships, go through all these things, you'd realize that you were literally here to break the program that you were put in as a child. Like, you came here to change the trajectory of the program and to bring back imagination, childlike mentality, to bring back love and balance and healing to this world. And I kept saying to my younger self, if you could see how far you've come, if you could see that everything you went through was literally to build you up for the moment that we're at right now, in this lifetime, where humanity is awakening, things are changing, the program of the matrix of the mind that you've been put in is breaking in half. If you could just see yourself and see how much you're creating now. And I was telling my younger self, be so proud of you. Because yes, maybe when you were younger, you were rejected and made fun of and laughed at, and people didn't want you on their team, and in handball at the handball courts, or dodgeball or whatever. But look at you now. You have so many people that want to be around you, that love you, that respect you. You have people that are listening to your teachings. You have people that are having their hearts change because of you. And talking to my younger self and saying all these things, I could just feel this spark inside me, this younger spark inside me going, you know what? That's right. That's right. I've always done that. Even though I was rejected and abandoned or abused or in crappy relationships, I always showed love. I always showed honor. I always showed respect. And I always saw the person to be that there's a light inside of you, no matter what, and I always gave people the benefit of the doubt. And I started to be able to see that side on such a deeper level, because now, as we come into the present moment, those things all built me to who I am today. And my younger self is now with me on this journey, realizing that we went through all the muck and all the crap, and we had to get up more than once, and we've fallen more than once, and we've gotten up more than once. But through it all, we have just loved so much. And we've endured so much, but we haven't lost our imagination. We haven't lost our childlike mentality. We haven't lost who we are ever in any part of the journey. We have never lost ourselves. And that right there just made me realize how whole I am. How every experience has taught me something that now I teach you. That everything you go through, you can process through it, you can heal through it. That because I was able to do that with my younger self and my present self. And I do it now with you. And I teach you how to find yourself, that inner child, to remember who you are, to punch through those blockages that have been put there through the program of life within you, because you've never been taught how to process those blockages properly. And, at the end of my meditation, it was beautiful. It was beautiful because we're co-creators. We have imagination. We have creativity. That's how we've created this world that we live in now. Every building, every high-rise, every piece of art, every piece of music that's been written, every lyric that's been written from the heart and the soul comes from the inner child, the creation, the imagination. Everything that we've created, abstract or not, it's all come from our inner child. And when we realize and integrate that inner child back into our present moment, we'll realize that child's always been there, but was locked away for a really long time because you were trained to lock him or her away. And now you're bringing him or her back out to play. And you're saying, hey, let's get back into the imagination. Let's get back into the co-creation, because remember, we're in control here. I'm in control here, meaning yourself, right? Nobody else controls our outcome. Nobody else controls, my hair's still wet. Nobody else controls what I do with my life but me, right? And you take that inner child and you integrate it with you now. And you realize that you have the most beautiful abilities within you, the most beautiful imagination, the most beautiful creation. And there's nothing in this world you can't do. And yes, we're growing, we're rising, we're learning, we're punching through those blockages, we're rising up the ladder, we're coming back to Christ consciousness, childlike mentality, Kundalini, divine union, all the same, bringing the right and left side of our brain back online as one, masculine and feminine aspects of our heart, coming together as one again, working together as one. Don't lose your inner child. I love you.